Hello, it's Sonia from The Pretty Stitch. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for joining me. Today is Wednesday, and every Wednesday I do the featured stitch of the week. So it might be an actual stitch or a stitch pattern, which is a bunch of stitches grouped together to create, some kind of pattern. So today we are going to learn a very simple mesh stitch pattern. It's really, really simple, and all of my crochet terms are US terms, not UK. And if you know how to do a single crochet and a chain, then you can do this. It's very, very simple. So today I am using my I hook, or 5.5 millimeter, and I have just regular worsted weight yarn, number 4. And you can certainly use, a variety of hook sizes with this stitch pattern. You could use a much larger hook if you had one, or smaller hooks. This is great for lace, so if you have, sport weight yarn or even thinner yarn, it would work really well, or even thicker yarn. I just don't recommend fuzzy or furry yarn with this. Yarn that is a smoother texture, I think works best. I think furry yarn can be really challenging. It's not my favorite. To do this stitch pattern, you will need to chain a multiple of 2. So anything times 2. So 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 5 is 10, 2 times 6 is 12. So why don't we chain 12? Alright, so I have my 12 chains here. And to get started, we are going to single crochet in the second chain from our hook, and however you like to work in a chain, you can do that. And now we are going to chain 3. And you are going to skip this next chain, and then you're going to single crochet in the next one. And that is the repeat for the rest of the row. So you will chain 3, skip 1 chain, and single crochet in the next one. All the way across. So I'm almost at the end of my row. I have 2 chains left. So chaining 3, skipping this one, and then working in the last one. Alright, so let's take a look at row 1 here. So we have our little chain 3 loops. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now row 2, we're going to chain 1 and turn. So you are going to single crochet right in that same stitch, that single crochet. Now we're going to single crochet in the next chain 3 loop. So you're working right around it, and we're going to chain 3. And you're going to single crochet in the next chain 3 loop, and you're going to repeat that all the way across. So chain 3, single crochet in the next loop, chain 3, single crochet in the next loop, chain 3. So now we're in our last loop here, single crochet around, and now we are going to single crochet in that first, or the last single crochet for row 2. So your even rows, you're going to have 2 single crochets together like that. So starting in the beginning here, so 1, 2, and at the end 1, 2. And then you will notice that you're going to have 1 less mesh stitch. So we have for row 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, row 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So your even row will always have 1 less chain 3 space. So now we're ready for row 3. Going to chain 1, turn, single crochet right in that same stitch. Now we are going to chain 3 and single crochet in that first chain 3 loop, and we're going to repeat that across. So chain 3, single crochet in that loop, single crochet in that loop, chain 3, single crochet in that loop. And now we are going to chain 3 and single crochet. So you're going to skip this single crochet here, single crochet in the very last one. And now we are going to repeat row 2. So row 2, you're going to have one less. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the reason why we have one less, it's so you can keep your edges straight. Because it can get confusing with the mesh stitches of, where to add the loops on the end. So I find this way you have your nice straight edge. So what you want to do is repeat rows 2 and 3. So we'll work a couple more rows so you can kind of really see how it's shaping up. And when you're finished, you would want to end on an odd row. So you would want to end with however many you started with. So we started with 5, you want to end with 5. I think it just looks nicer. So I have chained 1, turned, single crocheted here, single crocheted in my next chain 3. I'm chaining 3, single crochet in my next chain 3 space. Just working right around that chain. So now I'm at my last loop here, so single crochet around that one, and then single crochet in that last single crochet. So now I'm going to chain 1, turn. So now we're ready for row 5. So it's an odd row, chain 1, turn, single crochet in the same stitch, chain 3, and we're going to single crochet in the next chain 3 loop. So we'll have the same amount of loops that we started with because it's an odd row. And mesh stitches are nice, really, especially for edging. I've used them for shawls. They're really nice for shawls, if you want to have that like lacy look. Like I made one doing a mesh, a couple rows of mesh, and then I added like a really pretty shell border. At least I thought it was pretty. Alright, so we have completed row 5, so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then row 6 is the odd row, so we'll have one less chain 3 space. So chain 1, turn, single crochet in same stitch, single crochet around the next chain 3, and now we're chaining 3 and working the loops here. I mean, this would even be pretty in a, if you had a lacy sweater, for the bottom of the sweater or for the bottom of the sleeves. I think that would be really nice. All right, so as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have one less, so we'll do one more for row 7. Chain 1, turn, single crochet in the same stitch. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet around that next chain 3. So as you can see, it is a pretty quick stitch pattern here. Pretty basic, but I think it has a lot of uses. As I said before, blankets, sweaters, if you wanted to make a pretty cuff, shawls, a scarf. I mean, there's so many different projects that you could utilize this stitch pattern. Alright, so we've ended on an odd row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have the same amount that we started with, and as you can see, our edges are nice and straight there. So I hope you enjoyed this stitch of the week, and I thank you so much for watching.